For my media intervention analysis, I chose to analyze the documentary Cowspiracy, the Sustainability Secret. Cowspiracy is a documentary filmed in 2014 and was directed by environmentalists Kip Anderson and Keegan Kunn. The film was produced by actor Leonardo DiCaprio, who is known for his work as an environmental activist. DiCaprio has produced several other environmental documentaries, including The 11th Hour, Before the Flood, and Ice on Fire. Cowspiracy investigates the environmental impacts of the animal agriculture industry. The film is summarized on its website as being a narrative which uncovers the most destructive industry facing the planet today and investigates why the world's most influential environmental organizations are ignoring it. Director Kip Anderson interviews government officials, leaders from many of the world's largest green NGOs, and agricultural workers in pursuit of his research. What makes Cowspiracy a media intervention? Throughout the film, we are presented with doom and gloom facts that communicate the dire state the environment is in because of the animal agriculture industry. Anderson claims that 51% of all greenhouse gas emissions are caused by animal agriculture, as well as a host of other problems, including water waste, land use, rainforest destruction, animal well-being, humanitarian issues, and human health problems. Anderson frequently expresses his frustration that these problems, all caused by the animal agricultural industry, are not more pressed to the public. In this way, the film seeks to intervene with the public's ideology on what makes a difference in the climate movement. According to the film, individual efforts like changing your light bulbs, riding a bike instead of driving a car, or taking shorter showers are not enough. Regulating fossil fuels is not enough. According to the film, the only way to slow climate change and make a positive impact on the environment is to reduce our reliance on animal agriculture, which can be achieved by going vegan. We are then shown various figures comparing the environmental impacts of an omnivorous, vegetarian, and vegan lifestyle, and it's true, veganism does have the lowest impact of the three. The documentary inflates this fact and pushes the message that if you're not going vegan, you can't be an environmentalist. At the same time, they send the message that by going vegan, you're doing the best thing you can and the most you can to protect the environment. The film left a large impact on viewers, a fact that is undeniable when analyzing the online discussion surrounding it. The film uses emotion-provoking imagery and presents seemingly undeniable facts in a way that leads the viewer to one conclusion: I have to go vegan. Upon a closer look, however, the film's argument falls apart. The main claim made in the film, that 51% of greenhouse gas emissions come from animal agriculture, is actually incorrect. According to credible and peer-reviewed sources, animal agriculture actually only produces 15% of global emissions. This isn't to say that 15% isn't significant, nor that we shouldn't be doing something to make animal agriculture more sustainable. But using a blatantly incorrect statistic in the film almost completely discredits this message. By not checking their facts twice, the directors of Cowspiracy really have done more hurting than helping towards the environmental movement. Second, the message that going vegan will single-handedly save the environment is problematic and misguiding. It places the blame on individual consumers, shifting the blame from governments, large organizations, and industries that cause most of the environmental damage threatening the world today. The message also targets mainly white, middle-class individuals who have the means to go vegan, ignoring the struggles of low-income and indigenous individuals. When people hear that if they aren't vegan, they can never be environmentalists, they may be scared off from the climate movement entirely. For those who can go vegan, the message that veganism is enough environmentalism for the day is harmful because it simply isn't enough. For these reasons, I would argue that Cowspiracy is not an effective media intervention in terms of the changes it would have society enact, and the realistic impact those changes would have on environmental issues. Now I would like to offer some improvements for Cowspiracy's message, as well as considerations for those who have already seen the film. Cowspiracy's message would be more effective if it stressed that veganism can be helpful, but efforts like lobbying, voting, and protesting are much more effective. Change needs to be made at the legal and political level to show positive impacts on the environment, and reducing your meat and dairy intake is not enough. I would also stress in the message the importance of supporting sustainable agriculture groups, agricultural workers, indigenous peoples protecting their land from large agricultural companies, and small farms. For those that have seen the film and felt inspired by it, I'm glad that the film has gotten people thinking about the environmental movement. However, I hope the film serves as a model for the importance of fact-checking before buying into any message you receive, and I would encourage those who change their eating habits because of the film to take their environmentalism a step further.